Welcome to Basketball Vision. We're going to see Game 4 of Milwaukee Bucks versus the Indiana Pacers. Bucks, we're going to see how much better improved their zone is. And I believe the Pacers have been getting a lot of dribble penetration, so Milwaukee's probably going to start zoning more in Indiana this game, I assume, and we'll see what happens. Remember, the guard responsibility up here is to plug drives, contest shots, beware the high post. Wings are to deny the three, take away the three, deny the corner, get involved in the play, which is high-low, and the goalie responsibility of Portis is not the high post. It's to communicate, rebound, follow the ball, and right now Portis should not be up that high, but we'll see what happens. What I want to see is that when the ball's in the flight, halfway in the air, we want to see through pass, we want to see how the zone is, right? So right here, we're doing okay right here, coming back up here. Portis a little bit out of position here. Probably the wing should be up there higher more. Halliburton with a quick little drive here. That's okay. What I want to see here, guys, is this. We don't, for a wing, I understand Indiana is hot. They got some hot shooters here, but we should never have to really be playing right here. Because then it just puts way too much effort. Like, who's going to cover that? And so that should be the wing's responsibility up there, almost like a slide, half slide. But he's not doing that, right? Look at the far side of your screen here. Instead, we have to have Portis cover it, the guard cover it, so we don't want that. And if McConnell was a great three-point shooter, I mean, we would take that shot. McConnell's a smart player, very heady player. He's not going to ever shoot you out of the game. Understands his role. See what happens here now. McConnell taking the ball up. See guards. Again, I want to see how the basket moves here. Okay, good. Guard to guard here. Let's see how they involve pick and rolls and ball screens. Right here, okay. McConnell up top here. We can switch that, go under, okay. And again, that wing, number 20 at the far side here. Where is he, right? We call this wheel action, right? Remember, guys, we call this wheel action. So when we do wheel action right here, a little bit of zone offense here. This is very popular, especially in Europe. Back in the early 2000s, we saw a lot of wheel action here. So take a look here. When the ball goes here, it's going to skip to the other side, and we're going to have one cutter go through here, usually up into the wing, and the other one up into the corner. And sometimes we'll send a third one to the short corner, right, to overload the defense. Right here, they're wheeled around here, try to put pressure on the wing. Ball screen happens right here. At number 20 here, the far side of the screen, you've got to be more, and again, why is Portis up here, by the way? Shouldn't be up here at all, but we already discussed that. I know you guys have heard me say a lot, the goalie's up top. We shouldn't have to be there, but we see that up here. Ball's over here. Pick and roll happens. Against McConnell, we know this. He's a non-shooter. Yeah, he can shoot the three, and sometimes he will make the three, but really, he's not the Indiana Pacers that's going to destroy you from three, right? So what we'll see here is a pass happen there. Number 20, you've got to be there quicker. Halliburton with a nice jab step. Coming over here, we plug the drive here. Trent Jr. in the high post there. We dab in, and we get into a tough rotation there with the shot clock winding down. How this happened? Well, we could do a little bit better job with penetration, right? Shouldn't have TJ McConnell get 2 feet into the paint, because one thing you guys have noticed, when TJ McConnell gets 2 feet in the paint, bad things are happening to the Milwaukee Bucks. But Indiana Pacers are getting really good dribble drive. We see this breakdown because we're not guarding the ball better, and we see a bad rotation happen there. We're too slow based on dribble penetration. Again, we have it here. They're wheeling around 2 out there. Wing is there. Okay, that's a good close up by the wing. Ball screen happens when you go under there or over. Right there. Miles turn right there. And again, this right here, got to be more alert here. This is actually a tough action a little bit if you're not worried about that. If you're going to have Lopez up here, then at that point, what is Lopez doing right here, right? We can go under, we can go over. When this happens, though, what are we doing here? If you're going to bring the goalie up this high, what is Lopez doing here in this play? Name me something he has done this play. Absolutely nothing. So if he's doing nothing here, okay, we're just playing 4-on-3. He shouldn't be out of position. If he's going to be up here, at least let him do something. But he is not doing anything, so pass happens there. Where's our wing out? Our wing out is playing man because, again, Lopez is just no man's land, so it's who has that? Well, that's just a breakdown because we're not in position. Do you guys see how important it is to be in position, guys? Do you see how important it is? Yeah, that's you. That's you, to be in position. Okay. Ball screen happens here. They're going to almost like a down, icing it. McConnell snakes it now. We're back in it. Getting contested here. We're getting after it. Again, deep penetration. If you guys notice in this series that when penetration happens, it's been really, really tough for the Milwaukee Bucks to really, really get things going, right? Like, it's just tough, and this just can't happen. Again, if you see McConnell, he's penetrating really high. So if you have this at this point, because I'm sure the points per possessions with McConnell goes in the paint is so high, you might want to go under and dare to be a scorer instead of a playmaker, because he's been way more efficient of a playmaker than scorer. I think Pacer fans also agree with that. Yes, McConnell has had 20-point games this year in his career, right? But you kind of at this point want to make him into a playmaker, and we should be going under on this. Don't know what's happening again. He's not wanting to shoot it, so let's get over here. Let's guard the ball better. Let's guard the ball better. Gets in position here, and then we just get out of it. And you're going to see that in the zone where just turnovers happen, miscalculations happen. But notice how when the ball's getting in the paint, bad things are happening. Good. We fall off here. We bump back. Ball's up high here. Okay, that's good. Ball screen's happening. Right there should be wing responsibility. And again, a drive happens. Not very good. Let's see how this drive happens, right? Connor comes up here. We're passing up here. We're down the ball screen. Again, he should be up. This is Pat here. Pat should be up here, right here, taking this pass away. And then what happens if you're going to have again, what is Lopez doing out here? At least gap the drive. How many possessions have we seen where their center isn't doing anything, right? He would be better off. Where would he be better off for? He'd be better off, instead of being up high, where would he be better off at? What we talked about. He's better off just being in the paint, being a rim protector, making it so to do a pull-up jumper, right? Make a pull-up jumper being there before the drive happens. But look at Lopez. He's nowhere to be found, nowhere to be seen. We're out of position. We don't know our rotation. When you have your center up this high, guys, again, if you've seen my videos, you just know that it just creates bad momentum, bad rotations, and this is just happening. I kind of want to stop. I'm watching this real time, right? I kind of want to stop these type of possessions, right? Because it's just like you can't really coach through it. You can't defend through it when just this keeps happening over and over again, right? It's not just the second time he's been here, right? And I get that. Okay, well, what if they're matching up and they're doing their matchup zone where they want to down ball screens or do a certain thing, right? But this is just not working. We've seen it before. It just doesn't work. And it's not just Doc Rivers and staff that does this. Other NBA teams do this, right? Look what this guard is at. Literally, look where he's at in this play now, right? It shouldn't happen at all. Okay, we're going to ice the ball screen, down the ball screen, call it whatever you want. But now we're out of the play here. McConnell, again, just smart player, guys. High IQ player, understands how to win games, how to get the best possible shot for his teams. We've seen it in the playoffs the last 2 seasons, drives, and we're out of position, so now it's just like, okay, what do we do here? You know? We don't want that to happen. Let's see another possession here. We're in here. Wing happens, very good. Good. Now, remember, the ball in the high post, we're okay with it. Depending on who it is, we can always give it for up jump, right? Ball's in the high post here. Where should this person be out here? Prince. Prince should not be. When the pass happens, we have one guard in the high post. This guard has to come down, then out to contest for the shot, right? Because Pat is going to backpedal back to the corner or short corner, depending on what's happening, right? But where is Prince at? When the ball is in the air here, we talk about this. Prince should be right here. Once his ball releases, Prince shouldn't be looking at the coach staff. He should be looking right in the high post, because he should be clogging up any high post pass. Because he could be right on the high side here, so when the pass happens from here to here, it's a good closeout that he can get to. And not only that, but then it gives Lopez some time to really come up to the high post. But he's in the high post already. We should be fanning out to the three-point shooters. Very good job of the wing here, clogging down here. Miles Turner making sure no high-low looks. And what can happen here is that Pat can say, hey, I have Halliburton. And then this guard, Kevin Porter Jr., takes this guard. And then Prince takes the opposite wing, which I think he's rotating to. Yes, very good. See how Prince does it? Very good. They understand that. Yeah, very good. Pass happens to the high post. What do we do? Remember, guards have to fan out, which is more of a man concept. Lopez waits a second and comes up to give room for high-low, and then Pat's going to man up. So everyone else mans up with the ball in the high post. We see Prince try to deny it. Kevin Porter. Pat should have to be here. He should be right here to 0 where Halliburton is. I'm surprised he does that. We shouldn't have 2 people in the paint here, so very bad there. And doesn't recognize it right away until there. And that's a rotation. The beginning rotation is good there, right? Beginning rotation is good there. Halliburton gets a good drive because we're just not there in sync. We just drive here. falling down the baseline. And again, we... so if we're going to trap that, right, it'll be goalie and wing that traps, right? But if this is happening right here, I think Lopez should, even though he is quote-unquote the rim protector here, he should understand what's going on when the communication happens here. And again, you kind of want to have, it should be your center really doing this, so Lopez should be doing it. But this guy is, hey, at least he's trying to make an aggressive play, right? Aggressive rotation. When that happens, they should discuss it. So one of those two, probably at this point, is Lopez to get the high post area, right? At this point, right here, the opposite guard will take away the first pass there, and the second guard kind of takes away the corner there, right? Normally, if you watch a complete zone guide, when the wing and goalie trap, it would be the opposite wing taking away the high post, right? But because we're kind of, again, when these breakdowns happen, you can't really coach it. You can't really teach it because it's such a cluster F. They don't really know what to do because you just have this happen. It's like, I can break down film all day long, but let's get things right, because in the NBA or the high level you go, like Division 3, Division 2, Division 1, NBA, the highest level of EuroLeague, like, you have to do things right, X and O's at a fundamental level. In Division 3, we've noticed that you can you have to be good, but you don't have to be great from the jump, right? Division 1, a little bit different, right? In the NBA, you just gotta be on point. You guys know this, and when we have these breakdown rotations, you guys see this, and like, you can see these and say, oh, the zone doesn't work, the zone doesn't work. That is a low IQ viewer. That is a low IQ person when you see the zone doesn't work and you see constant breakdowns. What you should be saying is the players aren't getting it, or the coaching staff isn't doing a good enough job. It's not that certain isn't working, because we have yet to see the Bucks really play 2 great possessions of zone. We saw the Cavs do it this year, so other teams do it, but we haven't. Let's see one more time. Let's see what happens here. Are we going to play in a zone possession? Yep, we're in a zone possession here. And right here, if you want to see this, when you look at this, if you're a high school coach, zone coach, in this type of front here, in a one guard front, you can go in a 1-1-3 type of look where one guard takes it, one guard's in the high post area, right? Your wings are high, Lopez is right where he needs to be. That's fine right there. You don't have to have 2 people on the ball here because your space is going to be a little bit weird. If you're going to do that, just trap. Even then, you probably won't trap there. Ball's in the high post, so Lopez goes there. Wings, one of these wings should be dropping here. One of these wings should be dropping, and then we are what? When the ball's in the high post, we're manning up. We call it fanning out, so we're matching up. So right here, Lopez gets it. Good high-low. Prince is probably going to get there. And again, Pat should be saying, hey, I got wing, I got wing. Porter Jr. says, I got top of the key. Let's see what happens here. And that's tough there. That's just going to be tough here. And how do we stop this, guys? How do we stop this? How do we stop this? I kind of just said that. We don't need 2 people at the ball, right? We can have one person at the ball, the one person behind, and the person in the high post will take the first pass. They will take the first pass, right? So notice we have Porter Jr. Prince take the ball, the other person kind of right behind the high post, and when they pass to the wing, then yes, the wing is going to kind of stunt and do that slide that we talk about, but what's going to happen is the guard is going to take that pass away, right? The guard is going to take that pass away. Or not pass away, but close out, right? But instead, we have this person getting the high post here. So again, if Halliburton picked up his dribble, I don't know if he picked up his dribble or not. I don't think he did. But if he did, it's just inexcusable. You're not giving enough time, and right here, Lopez has to come up because we don't have enough time here, which is fine. But we've got to man up here, and in these sets, you just kind of say, hey, who's matching up where? If this is something that Indiana has done multiple times this series, okay, if they're in this alignment and this happens, first let's go in a 1-1-3 stack, and then if we do that, then we'll decide which guard is going to take the wing, which wing is going to take the wing, and which wing is going to blow up the play, which means go to the high post. Because Turner's here, it's coached for this guy to get there. Prince needs a sprint over there. Porter Jr. takes Halliburton, and then Konatov takes number 2 here. But instead, we're just late in our rotation. And again, I just said this in the possession before. You in the NBA, you don't have to be. It's not that you have to be good from jump. You have to be freaking great at jump. You have to know what to do. You have to understand it. And you have to know that in your zone, even though you're playing out to the zone, you're going to have to be matchup based. And we don't see that. Again, what I talk about. When this happens here, I didn't even see this play, guys. I'm not BSing you. I did not see this play. But right here, when I see this, And if he picks up his dribble especially, but even before he picks up his dribble, right? Even if it's a live dribble, we could be in a 1-1-3 front, right? When we have everyone here below the free throw line where we can have it so that, let's say Halliburton makes this pass to, let's say 43 stays out here, right? The guard who's down in the high post will take away the pass, right? So right now, if someone's in the high post, but number 43 then goes to the high post, who has that? Well, the guard's there to swap at it, and if not, because a split second for both to be up there, and then we're matching up and guarding out of that. But we don't do that. Instead, it's a way easy shot, and it's just really poor. And we've even seen Division III women's teams in the zone play better than this. Have we not? We've seen Division I Merrimack do better than this. Milwaukee Bucks aren't consistent in this zone. I think Synergy had them at below average in zone in the regular season. I'm assuming it's the same in the playoffs, but we don't like what we're seeing here. It's individual responsibility, but also team-wide just concepts. And if you're saying, hey, they're being taught these things, if that's the case, then I'm not going to make any Doc Rivers mean coaching staff means. I honestly don't believe that an NBA coaching staff with that many experience coaching staff, again, they've been in the NBA way more years than I have been. They should know how to read a 2-3 zone. If not, I'll link them the video that I have in the description down below because they could use it, but they're way too spread out. Lopez is out of position too much. And again, I've said this. How many times have I said this to normal viewers? You guys can comment down below. How many times have I said when the goalie is out of position and the goalie is starting out in the high post, things are just looking like a cluster F. You don't know how to slide. You don't know how to trap. You just don't know what to do anything because the goalie is just completely out of sync. Again, if you want to watch a good zone team, watch my complete zone guide or watch Merrimack play if you want to see a really good aggressive zone defense. Hopefully Milwaukee Bucks makes these adjustments. They're all adjustments you can kind of make. Individual responsibility they have to do is make sure they don't give beat off the dribble as much as they have been, right? Just straight up one-on-one. And the second thing is we've got to be more in position so we can make these passes. Instead of Indiana making 2 passes for a 3, let's make it so they have to pass 4 or 5 times before they hit a 3, right? But that's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep your sights on basketball vision.